So if when the capacity factor is less than 1, okay, then elution occurs rapidly, okay, and there will be accurate determination of the retention accurate determination of retention time will be difficult. બરોબર. કેમ? ઇલ્યુશન એટલું ફાસ્ટ થશે ને તો આપણે સેપરેશન ઓફ ઇફ દેર ઇઝ મિક્સચર દેર વિલ બી નો એક્ઝેક્ટલી સેપરેશન ટેકિંગ પ્લેસ એન્ડ યુ વિલ બી નોટ નોઈંગ ધ એક્ઝેક્ટ retention time. But it has been said that this retention factor or capacity factor should be in the range of 2 to 10 for having proper retention time. Okay. So capacity factor should be between 2 to 10. Now retardation factor. Okay. This is the measure of the fraction of total elution time that any component spends in the mobile phase. Okay. कोई भी સેમ્પલ કે કોઈ બી સોલ્યુટ કે કોઈ બી કમ્પોનન્ટ કેટલો ટાઈમ મોબાઈલ ફેઝની અંદર રહે છે. બરાબર. મોબાઈલ ફેઝની અંદર જ્યારે પાસ કર્યું અને બહાર ઇલ્યુશન થયું એમાંથી કેટલો ટાઈમ એ કમ્પોનન્ટ મોબાઈલ ફેઝની અંદર રહે છે કે એ મેઝર કરીએ એને આપણે રિટાર્ડેશન ફેક્ટર કહીએ છીએ, વિચ ઇઝ ડિનોટેડ બાય RF. કે RF ઇઝ રિલેટેડ ડાયરેક્ટલી to the fraction of total amount of solute which will be in the mobile phase. Okay. Okay. Now RF retardation factor is given by number of moles of solute in the mobile phase divided by total moles of solute in your column. Okay. That is RF is equal to Cm into Vm divided by Cm into Vm plus Cs by Vs. Now what is Cm here and Cs here? That is concentration of the solute in S stands for stationary phase and M stands for mobile phase, and Vs and Vm is the volume of mobile phase and volume of stationary phase. Okay. Now the relative retention and selectivity factor. Now qualitative analysis of the sample when it is performed in the chromatography, it has been done with the measurement or comparing of our retention time or retention volume of any solute or any component or a sample, which we are comparing with the obtained or literature value of a standard substance provided under the same chromatographic conditions which should not be changed. Okay. Means what? The stationary and the mobile phase should not be changed. Okay. Now this relative retention or you can say selectivity factor alpha is used to eliminate the effect of other experimental or chromatographic conditions which may be varied. કે સ્ટેશનરી ફેઝ અને મોબાઈલ ફેઝ ચેન્જ નથી થતો, પણ બીજા બધા પેરામીટર્સ જો ચેન્જ થતા હોય ક્રોમેટો મીન્સ વોટ ફ્લો રેટ, ટેમ્પરેચર, વેવલેન્થ, એ બધા જો કદાચ પેરામીટર્સ ચેન્જ થતા હોય then this relative retention or selective factor alpha is used to eliminate such changes in the chromatographic conditions if we are done, which is given by the equation in the term of time and in the term of volume, both the form, that is T minus T0 divided by T reference minus T0, or selective factor will be equal to V minus V0 divided by V reference minus V0. Okay. That is retention time of solute T. T0 means dead time. Okay, and T reference means when we are comparing with a reference standard, the retention time of that reference standard. Similarly, V volume. Okay, V will be retention volume of the solute, V0 is your dead volume, and V reference is your retention volume of the reference standard. Okay. Now, this is again an important question. Okay, that is HETP. I told you what is HE. That is height equivalent theoretical plate. Okay. A question may be asked that how the column efficiency can be improved or what are the factors which influence the efficiency of column. Okay. So that is your plate height and number of theoretical plate. Okay. This can be a question be asked, and that answer will be depending or discussion on plate height and number of theoretical plate. કે how column efficiency means what? means કે ભાઈ બહુ સારી રીતના ઇવન તમારું સેપરેશન થવું જોઈએ. તમારું જે સેમ્પલ છે એનું સેપરેશન બહુ સારી, જો મિક્સચર છે તો મિક્સચરનું, અને જો એકલું છે તો બી કે મીન્સ શાર્પ પીક, તમે ગ્રાફ જોયો કે શાર્પ પીક મળવી જોઈએ, એકદમ બ્રોડ પીક ના મળવી જોઈએ. તો એ બધું જે બી ડિપેન્ડ થાય ને એ જ એના પર, એને આપણે કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી કહીશું કે એની કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી કેવી, પીક મારું ઇલ્યુટ ઓર મારું સેમ્પલ ઇલ્યુટ કરવા માટે. ઓકે, દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ એઝ યોર કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી. ઓકે, 1 minute. Okay, so that column efficiency. Okay, now analyte, what we are doing is injected into the column, or we can say we are placed on the column. Okay, that analyte will be distributed in the column. Okay, I have already told you or shown you last time how the distribution is taking place. First one layer, from that it will be in the equilibrium with the next. Okay, I have told you with the 32 molecules. ઓકે, સો જેમ જેમ એ ઝોનની અંદર જેમ જેમ આગળ જશે કોલમની અંદર, તો એ શું થાય છે, ઇટ ઇઝ ગેટિંગ બ્રોડન, એન્ડ ધ ડિગ્રી ઓફ ધીસ બ્રોડનિંગ ઇઝ એક્સપ્રેસ્ડ એઝ કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી. ઓકે, નાઉ હાઉ ધ કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી ઇઝ મેઝર્ડ, or you can say how can it be determined? It is by plate height and number of theoretical plate. Plate height denoted by H and number of theoretical plate denoted by N. Okay, we have studied our plate theory and rate theory already. Okay, now according to plate theory we have studied that what is the chromatographic system is a series of discrete layers of theoretical plates, that is hypothetical we are saying it. Okay, and at each theoretical plate there will be the equilibrium of solute distribution between the mobile phase and the stationary phase. Okay, and the movement of that solute will be considered as a series of stepwise transfer from plate to plate. Okay, varapati, that I have already discussed, that is 32 molecules which we have discussed. Okay, so that is our plate theory. Now according to this theory we are saying that the column will be divided into a hypothetical plates. Now as the plate height is smaller, or you can say greater number of Okay, એટલે જેટલી પ્લેટ હાઈટ તમારી નાની એટલી નંબર ઓફ પ્લેટ્સ કોલમમાં વધારે. ઓકે, તમે ડિટરમાઇન કરો કે મારી પાસે એક કોલમ છે, એને હું હાઇપોથેટિકલી ડિવાઈડ કરવું છે, બરાબર, તો હું 5 સેન્ટીમીટરનું રેન્જ રાખું, ક્યાં તો 10 સેન્ટીમીટર. હવે 5 સેન્ટીમીટર કરું, મારી હવે 100 mmની કોલમ છે, કે એની આખી કોલમની લેન્થ 100 mm છે, બરાબર છે. If I am considering hypothetical theoretical plates, they are 5 mm each. Okay, so કેટલી થશે theoretical plates? How much theoretical plates will be there? Number of plates, if it is 100 mm and 5 mm is in each plate. Okay, so 100 divided by 5, we can say that. Okay, so there will be 20 theoretical plates. But if I am considering that height of that plate is 10 mm, then there will be only 10 plates. Okay, so we can say that smaller the plate height, greater the number of plates. અને જેટલી થિયરિટિકલ પ્લેટ્સ વધારે એટલું જ સેપરેશન સારું. કેમ કે એનાલાઇટ બહુ જ એફિશિયન્ટલી બે ફેઝિસ વચ્ચે ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ થઈ, ઓર યુ કેન સે એક્સચેન્જ પ્રોસેસ થશે. કે સો બેટર સેપરેશન, અને હેન્સ કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી કેન બી મેઝર્ડ ઇન ધ નંબર ઓફ થિયરિટિકલ પ્લેટ્સ. બરોબર? એટલે પ્લેટ હાઇટ અને નંબર ઓફ થિયરિટિકલ પ્લેટ ઉપર તમારી કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી ડિપેન્ડ કરે છે. સ્મોલર ધ પ્લેટ હાઇટ, બરોબર છે, એટલે નંબર ઓફ પ્લેટ હાઇટ વધારે, સો કોલમ એફિશિયન્સી વિલ બી મોર. Okay, or you can say separation will be better, but if the plate height is more, the number of plates are less. Normally it is said that the theoretical plates more than 2000, okay, if it is more than 2000, the separation will be very good. So you should know that the theoretical plates, when we are doing a practical, the theoretical plate should be more than 2000. Okay, so the height equivalent of theoretical plate, what is it? It is the length of the column corresponding to the single plate. કોઈ બી એક સિંગલ થિયરેટિકલ પ્લેટ છે એની કેટલી લેન્થ છે એ આપણું થયું હાઇટ ઇક્વિવેલન્ટ ટુ થિયરેટિકલ પ્લેટ. ઇટ ઇઝ ઓલરેડી વી હેવ ડિસ્કસ that it can be given by H is equal to L by N, where L stands for length of the column and N stands for number of theoretical plates. Okay. Now number of theoretical plates can be given by N is equal to T square by V. That is the square of your retention time of that solute divided by variance of a peak V. Variance of a peak, કે કેટલું વેરિએટ થાય છે, એ જે વેરિયન્સ હોય એ વેરિયન્સ ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ કરી કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરીએ અને પછી વી આર ડુઈંગ પુટિંગ ઇન ધીસ ઇક્વેશન, વી વિલ બી ગેટિંગ ધ નંબર ઓફ થિયરિટિકલ પ્લેટ્સ. વેન ઇટ ઇઝ અ પ્રોપર પીક, મીન્સ સિમેટ્રિકલ પીક, it can be represented by the number of theoretical plates, that is equal to 16 into bracket T divided by W the whole square, where W is our peak width. Okay, clear? So we are saying that height equivalent to theoretical plate is what? The length of the column, okay, corresponding to the single theoretical plate, and which is given by the equation H is equal to L by N, where N is equal to number of theoretical plates and L is equal to length of the column. Now number of theoretical plates can be find out by N is equal to T square by V, where T is the square of our retention time and which is divided by variance of a peak. But when we are having a proper symmetrical peak, it can be rewritten as N is equal to 16 into T by W the whole square, where W stands for peak width. એ જે પીક સિમેટ્રિકલ મળે છે એની વિડ્થ કેટલી છે એ. કે જો મારે થિયરિટિકલ પ્લેટ્સ બહુ સારી રીતના કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરવી હોય તો મારે શું કરાય, તો કે ભાઈ હું એ મેઝર કરીશ એટ ધ હાફ પીક હાઇટ. મારી જે બી પીકની હાઇટ છે એનો મિડલ પોર્શન હાફ પીક, કે ત્યાં કેટલી પીક વિડ્થ છે એ જો હું કેલ્ક્યુલેટ કરું એન્ડ આઈ એમ યુઝિંગ, then I will be getting the exact or proper number of theoretical plates. So again that equation, when I am taking or considering half peak height, okay, peak width at the half peak height, the number of theoretical plates can be found out by the equation N is equal to 5.54 into T by W half the whole square. W half means the width of the peak at the half peak height. Clear? So you can see here, this is a proper symmetrical peak. So that W is our width of that peak. Okay. Now if I am having a symmetrical peak, okay, this is a asymmetrical peak. You can see the difference between the two peaks. Okay. So here you can't use that equation. Asymmetrical factor you should know. Okay, asymmetric factor. Okay, that is, if the chromatographic peak is symmetrical, the determination of efficiency is carried out using asymmetric factor. Okay, now you can see here that different terms. T here is a retention time. The height h is the height, total height of that peak. Okay, now what is asymmetric factor? Asymmetric factor is the ratio of the peak width of the right of the retention time to the portion of the peak width to the left of the retention time. Means I have extrapolate the line to the x-axis of the peak of the height. Okay, means I have divided the peak in the two portions. Now on the right hand side, okay, right of the retention time, the ratio, the peak width of the right hand side to the peak width to the left hand side, that ratio will be called as your asymmetric factor, that is AF. And from that we can find out the number of theoretical plate for asymmetric peak. Symmetric peak માટે તો equation we have seen that at the half peak width n is equal to 5.4 into T divided by W, the half, the whole square. But if the peak is asymmetrical, then we have to find out first asymmetric factor, then we will be finding out now where, at which portion or at which height you should measure this peak width on the left hand side and right hand side. It is that 0.10h means total height. જેટલી બી ટોટલ હાઇટ છે એનું 0.10 એ નીચેથી કેટલું બેઝ લાઇનથી થશે એટલી હાઇટ છોડી અને પછી આપણે પીક વિથ મેઝર કરીશું. ઓકે, ઇફ ધ પીક ઇઝ સિમેટ્રિકલ, પીક સિમેટ્રિકલ છે પણ અસિમેટ્રિકલ ફેક્ટર ઇઝ 1. ઓકે, મીન્સ વોટ, peak symmetrical છે તો asymmetric factor હોય જ નહીં, it will be 1. But if it exhibit tailing or fronting, now what is tailing and fronting? Tailing means what? You can see here, okay, starting and end છે મારા પીકનું. ટેલિંગ એટલે શું થયું? પાછળનું, એટલે પાછળનું સાઈડ બ્રોડનેસ વધારે છે તો એને આપણે ટેલિંગ કહીશું પીકમાં. અને જો આગળની સાઈડમાં બ્રોડનેસ વધારે છે અને અસિમેટ્રિકલ પીકનો શેપ થઈ જાય છે તો આપણે એને કહીશું ફ્રન્ટિંગ. કે જો ટેલિંગ ઓર ફ્રન્ટિંગ થતું હશે તો અસિમેટ્રિક ફેક્ટર વિલ બી મોર ધેન 1. Okay, and whenever we are saying that, okay, asymmetrical factor, it should be less than 2 compulsory. Okay, means tailing and fronting. Okay, this asymmetric factor we can also tell as tailing factor, TF. It should be, if it is more than 1 means tailing is occurring, but how much it is allowed? It should be less than 2. If their tailing factor is coming more than 2 means you can't use that chromatographic conditions for your analysis work. Okay. Now for asymmetric peak we can, you are using the equation n is equal to 41.7 into T divided by W 0.1 the whole square divided by asymmetric factor plus 1.25. Okay, this is the equation which is used to find out number of theoretical plate. હવે આપણે જ્યારે રિસર્ચ કરતા તો now it is sophisticated instrument, means you have to not use such equation for the calculation of asymmetric factor or number of theoretical plates or plate height. Okay, the software is only giving you readily the answers of asymmetric factor and your number of theoretical plates. Okay, so this is the equation, okay, for your. Now if efficiency which we are saying, that is property of the column efficiency, okay, that should normally, you can say that all the analytes should be separated on the same column, should demonstrate the same number of theoretical plates. Like કોઈ બી analyte છે, I have mixture, all analytes are, if I am having, when we are separating on a same column, then number of theoretical plates should be remaining same. બીજી વસ્તુ શું છે? The equilibrium of the analyte, okay, on extra column means what it is, if the number of જેટલી પ્લેટ્સ છે કે જેટલી હાઇટ છે એના સિવાય થોડુંક જો એનાલાઇટનું જે ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ થતું હોય તો એના લીધે બેન્ડ બ્રોડનિંગ થશે અને because of that it will be altering the column efficiency. Okay, now this column efficiency can be affected by many variables like linear velocity of the mobile phase, diffusion coefficient of solute in the mobile phase and stationary phase respectively. Okay, સેનાથી કે વેલોસિટી ઓફ મોબાઈલ ફેઝ બરોબર હોવું જોઈએ, ડિફ્યુઝન કોએફિશિયન્ટ ઓફ સોલ્યુટ બિટવીન ધ ટુ ફેઝિસ શુડ બી પ્રોપર, capacity factor, diameter of packing materials in the stationary phase, thickness of the liquid coating if there is liquid stationary phase. Okay, now the next term is your resolution. Now what is resolution? Resolution is a quantitative measure of column which provides the ability to separate the two analytes. You can see here the two peaks. Okay, so resolution is a quantitative measure. Now retention time, retention volume, that are our qualitative measurement for any analyte, but resolution is a quantitative measurement which gives, you can say simply, the ability to separate the two analytes by the column is called as resolution. That is the difference between the retention or time of the peak. Okay, as the difference between the retention time of the peak increasing, the separation also increasing. Okay, the resolution also depend upon width of a peak. As the width of the peak increasing, the separation between the peak decreases. It means you can say કે ટેલિંગ કે ફ્રન્ટિંગ થતું જાય તો બે વચ્ચેનું ડિસ્ટન્સ ઓછું થતું જાય. ઓકે, એટલે width of the peak ઉપર બી તમારું resolution depend કરે છે. When it is a symmetrical peak, the resolution is found out, that is R is equal to 2. Difference between the retention time of my two analytes, that is T2 minus T1, okay, divided by the width of the peak. Okay, W1 plus W2, that is the summation of the two widths of the two columns. Okay, you can see in the figure that we are drawing a tangent to my peaks and we are finding the peak width, and that will be we are using for the calculation. Now if the resolution is 1.5, it indicates complete separation between the adjacent peaks. These two peaks વચ્ચે proper separation છે. Okay, now there also it is in the research, you can say that resolution should be more than 2 or minimum 2. 2 તો હોવું જોઈએ. અહીંયા એવું લખ્યું છે કે 1.5 indicates complete separation, but when we are doing a research work, there is compulsory, it has been said sorry, it should be 2. Okay, more than 2, not less than 2. Okay, now if it is asymmetric peaks, you can see here, okay, in this graph, these are the asymmetric peaks. Okay, the resolution can be found out by the difference between the two time divided by the summation of the width. Okay, that is your width of the peak to the right of the first solute retention time, that is T1, and W2L is your peak width to the left to the T2. Okay, in the figure we can see. Okay, T1 and T2 are the retention time of our two peaks. You can see these are asymmetric peaks. There is no proper separation is taking place. Okay, now how the width we are calculating? The width we are calculating on the first peak. Okay, we will be having extrapolating a line from the peak height. Okay, and to that line, okay, to the right of that line, okay, that width we will be considering, that will be W1R, and in the second peak we will be considering the right hand side of that line drawn, that is W2L, for finding out the resolution. Okay, so we will be taking the next topic in our next lecture. Okay, hope all of you have understand. Okay, and please try to improve your study because